Let's go.
What's up, y'all? It's the Real Spills Podcast. This is your boy Lex Spades.
Your boy Michian, International Michi, what up?
Miss Louise.
So, what's going on, y'all?
Another beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. It's hot outside. It's feeling good. Everybody's out, man. You know, another day in Real School neighborhood, baby.
Absolutely. I'm just excited because we have a new co-host, a beautiful new co-host.
Thank you.
Miss
Thank
Louise.
Miss
Give her a
Louise.
round of applause.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you. You guys are really making me feel special to be up here. I'm honored to be with you guys. Such talent in one space. Thank you.
Well,
That's what's up.
we're honored to have you.
Thank you.
You wanna run a little background about yourself to the people, or you know,
Well,
I,
I'm just basic people, everyday people. I'm local chick from round the way, Columbus County. Been knowing me here over 30 years. Good friends to my family. The history go way back, way, way back.
Facts,
And
facts.
if anything, we can always have an intellectual conversation on just about anything. So,
Uh,
you know,
facts, facts. Glad to have you on
that's
the
what's up.
show, Miss Louise. This is gonna be good for our female subscribers. Y'all should be whole lot of relatable topics now. We have a female on the show, which is pretty good. It's gonna be dope. With that said, y'all want to get into the first topic that we have going on today, which is dress how you want to be addressed. Meaning, if you address someone the way, okay, I got a quick question. If someone addressed you all in a negative way, would you respond in a negative way back to them?
Mm, that's a good question.
I would,
Um,
I would say, oh, sorry.
go ahead. You take it.
Go for
Okay. Oh, this is a ladies first thing. Thank you guys for the chivalry with my rudeness.
it.
Thank you.
Ladies first. The ladies first. All
Um,
right,
who was that? MC Light? No. Moni? Oh, well, we'll work on it.
Queen Latifah.
Um, Queen Latifah. That's right. So I would say it would depend on the climate of the level of disrespect and what you would consider as disrespect. Um,
Right.
for myself on how I would respond. The old school Kira you knew 20 years ago reacts so different to how this new school Miss Louise was saying. Like Louise, she's all grown up. So it depends on the climate of the level of disrespect. And also for me, it depends on who's in my presence. And by that,
Right.
I would say my children, you know, yeah, it depends.
Okay. For instance, you're at work and your supervisor comes to you in a negative light. How would you respond? Legs.
Um, for me, it's all about the intellectual side of things, the mental side of things. I'm sort of patient when it comes to people because I know sometimes people don't understand what they're doing or what they're saying at any given moment, and they just move off of a present action, and you have to look past some people.
Simple.
So with
Right.
me, I'm always trying to figure out, what's going on with this person right this second. Do they know what's really going on, or this is something that they've already predetermined that they want to come at me with anything. With any conflict, there's always going to be conflict about something, whatever. But the resolution to every conflict is, how you carried it, whatever. Another conflict it's not an answer to the resolution to a conflict. So you have to be the one to distinguish which is which and what's going on. Right. So I would say for me, hold on, what's your beef about? Talk to me, because before I go there with you, I need all the facts, because I could possibly act out with you for no reason. You know what I mean? And then we have this miscommunication over something that doesn't even matter, that there was no truth in it from the get-go. And that leads to just more bad negative situations. So sometimes you really have to be patient and try to filter out what's really going on with a person. So for me, not at first. I kind of would just be patient with it at first. But hey, at some point you got to get kind of ignorant with some people.
Yeah,
that's how
facts. That's me, man. I'm usually like since I got older, I kind of weigh out situations. But see, sometimes like niggas still come out too, because my supervisors, they already know, like, don't even come across to me that way, because I will strike back like fast. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not as bad as I used to be though. Like, but now I mean I've been there long enough to get that respect. You know what I'm saying? Because now they know, like, don't even cross them like that. Go to him a whole different way. But sometimes I go with all people in general though. Sometimes you have to strike back, man, to let them know, look, don't play with me like that. You know what I'm saying? You can come to me a different way. We can handle this a different way. But don't come at me wrong. I'm kind of like, don't even try it, because I will get your ass back like fast. You know what I'm saying? But look, with that said, I got one more question. I got another question for both of y'all. I'm gonna ask Miss Louise first. If a guy comes up to you and he's trying to talk to you and he addresses you negative, how would you handle that situation? Would you walk back at him, or would you?
I'm thinking,
because that's a different scenario than a professional.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I am really thinking, because there's so many layers. There's so many layers to my personality. So I don't know who you might get. So it depends on what you say and what you do, depending on how I'm going to react. I'm just gonna be real. If you come off all just disgusting, I may just walk away. And sometimes there's been times I just look off into space at people like, you cannot be serious. Like,
yeah, guys are much more aggressive than they was. Like, guys are more aggressive than they were when we came up.
Man, oh man, like I don't even know. I don't know the words, because I've seen it so much. Sometimes I'm to the point where I could just look you in your eyes and tell you're about to say something dumb, and I just exit the stage left. You ain't even some stuff is not even worth me wasting my energy to reply back to.
Right. Okay, Lex, same question. A female approach you disrespectful. How would you respond?
Jesus, don't let the pimp hand. Now let me stop. No.
Pimp hand.
So
we gonna talk.
This is a situation that happened to me. So about a year or two ago, I was going into a grocery store, and I noticed that there were two ladies walking behind me, right? And so the gentleman thing to do would be to hold the door for the ladies and allow them to walk in, right?
Right.
So I held the door. The first lady went through. The second eyeballed me up and down. And she said, "Nigga, you ain't getting none." Well, hold on, sis.
Oh,
Hold on, sis.
wow.
You know what I mean? Don't disrespect me like that. Like, I don't even know you. First of all, it's just about being a gentleman and holding the door for a lady. Nothing more. You know what I'm saying?
She had to
And
be ghetto, bro.
I was offended. Like, yo, where did they get off thinking that, just because I hold the door that I want you?
Okay, were they older or were they younger girls?
I would say they were somewhere in their mid 20s to 30s.
Oh
They're
man,
young.
that's horrible. Yeah,
And
that's
you know what?
horrible.
Some
Like,
women aren't used to it. They're not to cut you off, me, but some women aren't used to chivalry, so they don't demand it, don't require it. So when they see it, they assume that, oh, he's trying to get some. That's the ignorant, young, childish mind of the day. They're not used to
yeah, that's
chivalry.
horrible. That's really horrible. I have never heard of a female doing that in my whole entire
It's
life.
it's
That's
it's
some new
crazy like
shit.
that out there.
So your
That
reply
is,
was you let the door go on. You let the door slam on.
I would've,
I started to
I would've, boom. I don't bang the head.
at that moment of disrespect. I felt like that was the right thing to do, but I didn't do that. I was just like, oh sister, here you go, have a good
Yeah,
day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
that's
So
cold hearted.
it's crazy.
So
Y'all
that means
sisters out here
so
gotta do better.
so that means if I hold the door for you, I get some ass tonight. What the fuck, yo? I've never heard of nobody doing that, bro. Like, who
That's the
does
new.
that, man?
You know,
Hey,
That's the new
I hope
game.
whoever the
like it's more
female that
genuine.
did Lex like that, yo, I hope you
That's
watching
the new
this.
game.
Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you.
That's the new
That's
game. You open
crazy.
the door, they
That
open
is
some ass.
that's crazy, bro. Is it that easy now? God damn.
I
No,
don't
that's
know.
funny as hell,
I
bro.
know
I don't know.
love.
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
I'm just used to a time to where um you put in work
Yes.
to get that thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to put that work in. You know what I'm saying? Not more than
So
just
maybe
open the
so hold
door.
on.
Like,
So maybe that's what the little niggas doing. Is the little niggas opening doors and just to be nice to the girl that day to get some ass? Like, is it a bigger thing behind this? I don't know. I just never heard of a female saying you trying to get ass because you held the door for. Like, that's
well, I
crazy
think
to me, bro.
I think it's the aspect of the chivalry itself, whatever. And I think what it is that um with any courtship from a man to a woman, I think it's always the niceness and just the common things that a man's supposed to do that captivates a woman first. And I know a lot of
Right.
guys probably use that to infiltrate a woman's mind, her senses, and break her down. Oh, he's a nice guy, this, that, yada, 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 yada. And later on, it becomes where, okay, after he does all these things, she done gave up that thing. Now he ain't Mr. Nice Guy no
Now he
more.
stopped doing it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Maybe that's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But I do know with the younger culture, bro, these guys can say like some of the most disrespectful shit to these girls and they love it. Like, you know what I'm
That's a
saying? I got
fact.
a bunch of little young homies, bro. And the way they talk to their girl, it ain't no smoothness in it. It's like, yo, hey, shorty, blah, blah. See me right here, boom, 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 you gonna do this. And the girl like, okay. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, yeah. If I was a female and you said that to me, I'd be like, man, nigga, fuck you. Like, what is wrong with you? But nah,
I
bro,
think a lot of these
these little guys now,
females
they can
are
say
afraid to be
what.
alone.
That's what I'm thinking. It must be like a fear factor thing. Like, because they say disrespectful
I
stuff, bro. Like,
Right. The disrespect begins and then the relationship ends. I don't care. I just can't.
right.
You like,
We
you know, like for me, dude gonna have to fake the phone because either you're real or you're not. You have these basic manners that you should have been taught as a child. Like I teach my
Right.
kids, my boys, open the door, hold the door for a lady.
Right.
I teach my sons like take the garbage out. A woman shouldn't have to do that. Bring the bags in the house. A woman shouldn't, and
Right.
it's not like it's a woman's job or a man's job, but still at the same time, I do have some old school ways. I feel like, you know, and I know it's scientifically proven that men are physically stronger than women. So,
Right.
and the fact that I consider myself and every other female on the earth as a goddess, I like to be treated as such. So I I demand my sons to treat me in that manner. And I do the best I can to treat them as if they are kings. And if we can't do that, then we need to separate ourselves.
Right. Big facts on that one right there. Well said, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So we hope everybody listening to this, y'all, especially the younger or female generation that's out with these single moms and everything, man. Teach those little guys that, man. You know what I'm saying? Let them learn. They don't know, teach them. If nobody teaches them, how they gonna know? You know what I mean? So maybe it's a bigger issue than guys not doing it. Nobody's teaching them to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's teaching them.
It's a
Like, you're
fact.
right. How are you
Right.
gonna know how to do certain things if you're not gonna just you don't know that you're supposed to do certain stuff you're taught. A lot of things are taught
Right.
behaviors. And,
So,
and it's
Right.
beyond just a single parent home. It could be with a family that
No, you're
has
right.
both parents. Some families have
Right.
both parents, and they're just both savage, common people that haven't been raised proper themselves.
true.
Right.
So
You're right about
some
that.
people just come out of the jungle book. I don't know.
So
Right.
look, so I hear in the narrative of this conversation, there's a lot of things pointing to the aspects of respects and um um in the perception of how you treat somebody and everything. So let's intertwine that with the foundational part of the subject. Dress
Okay.
how you want to be addressed, right?
Right.
So of course we about to go into it. So the main narrative of this title, I guess, would definitely apply to women because women catch the most flack when it comes to it. So what I'm saying is we have a lot of females who like to wear certain articles of clothing that could be very revealing.
Revealing.
Um, when it comes to that, where should the respect level be gauged? Should a man look at a woman with less respect, or should he have her in regards with the same respect as a woman who is fully clothed?
Me personally,
Um,
bro. Go ahead. I'll let Mr. Louise go. Go.
no. I want to hear what you got to say, and then I'm gonna give you this. Go
All right.
ahead.
All right. Well, me personally, bro, I treat all women the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how she's dressed, bro. Even if she's dressed, she's revealing. I'm still approach it the same way I would a woman that's not dressed like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm telling the whole world on themselves. I got a baby mother from fucking Dade County. She is like that. She dresses like that, bro. I'm talking about revealing everything, right? But when I first seen her, I never approached her like she's probably used to getting approached. You see what I'm saying? That's what made me stand out to her. Because she told me, she said, where I come from, the guys don't address females like that. You know what I'm saying? And I asked her why she dressed that way. She said, because everybody's dressed that way. That's the only way all the girls around there dress. Like, so she's grew up as a kid dressing like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what made me stand out to her because I didn't treat her like she's used to being treated. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't care how a woman is dressed, I treat them the same. You know what I'm saying? She can have fucking them damn pastry things on her titties, and I'ma still treat her the same. You know what I'm saying? Ass out, no, I still won't be the same approach for me. Yeah.
Okay, I had to take a deep breath.
Yeah, I just
Oh, wait a minute. Let me duck.
yeah,
Like some shit
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
yeah.
I had to
So
I had to
when
bring
I
that
was
out.
informed, when I was informed on what the topic of the discussion was going to be today, I got on the phone with two people. I got on the phone with the male and I got on the phone with the female. The male was from South Carolina. The female, she's from and in New Orleans, Louisiana. These two people live two totally different lives, two different lifestyles,
Yeah,
um, uh, two different religious backgrounds, and I'll give my point after I say what they said. I actually took note on what this guy said.
Mm.
Yeah. So in this one, and the guys, his perspective is he says his words, the first things he says is dress decent. I didn't even ask him what decent was, but his perspective was dress decent. And then he says relationship. And then he says, most men want something modest and not so revealing. He says that he would rather his woman be a lady in the street and a freak in the streets, and he would prefer for nobody to be able to look at her and tell whether she was that or not. This lady who is from New Orleans, Louisiana, she is a dominatrix. She's into the BDSM community.
oh my God.
And she says, it doesn't matter whether she comes outside with everything out or in her wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. She says it doesn't matter whether she comes out covered from neck to her ankles or in booty shorts or a tank top. She feels like you should address her accordingly, regardless. You should go by
Right,
how she presents her, like not so much present herself in her clothing, but more or less like in the manner in which the conversation would go. She says that her word no means no, which I'm a true advocate of. No meaning no. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Um, I'm sorry, but she's a true advocate in no meaning no. Um, she said, address me according to how I say. She says my words have power. So, with that being said, I agree with both of them. I agree that, you know, um, if you're in a relationship and, it is a mutual agreement between you and your mate that you carry yourself in a modest way, then that's fine. Um, or if you like this sister said, if you want to come out with your booty shorts on and your tank top, that doesn't give you the right to go up and touch her or make
right,
disrespectful comments towards her. Um, like she says, address her according to what she say. If she say, "Yeah, baby, you can come touch this thing," then okay, I guess that's how you address her. But if she doesn't say that, then you need to respect the fact that she did not invite you to her body. I mean, men are
right.
visual creatures. Granted, that has been scientifically proven that men are visual. But
Yep.
back to what we were saying in the beginning is how you raise. Don't go putting your hands on stuff that don't belong to you. Period. And furthermore, these are grown people, so really don't go putting your hands on somebody else that's grown. You'll get what you get. So, as for me, personally, I dress according to the weather, and I'm not one to have my everything out. I never really ever did. I don't think mentally I would be comfortable. But from time to time, I do have a few things that could be considered revealing, and I would greatly appreciate if people keep their hands and their negative comments to themselves.
All right, say Lex. What about if your girl dressed revealing?
Woo, shit about to get bright. Why?
How would you feel?
So before I get into that, this is what I want to say. I'm listening to the narrative of the two people she was talking to, right?
Right.
The topic itself becomes biased to their lifestyles, because from hearing what he said, he spoke from the perspective of wanting what his woman should be wearing. The lady you were
Right.
speaking of didn't speak from a perspective of having a man. She spoke from a single person's perspective.
She's married.
Right.
She's married.
No,
Yeah, she
but
is.
she said, but she spoke from a single person's
She did. She
perspective.
You
spoke from a
assume
single person
single.
perspective.
You assume. You assume single. I didn't say single or relationship for her. He said relationship. This chick is married. So, and she's like that. So I take it her husband and they're both open to how she does things. So we're not gonna assume that she's single. She's married. And her husband was present when I interviewed her.
Interesting. So here's what it is. Here's a little bit of breakdown where I just got to filter into everything.
But
One,
she's married. She don't have that problem. You understand? She's not gonna have that problem. She's married.
one,
So maybe you should
this right
ask the
here.
single woman.
If you meet a woman who that's her repertoire, that's how she dress, that's how she moves, you then don't have, and well, you make the conscious decision to move forward with her in a relationship, right? I feel you don't have the right to make certain comments later on down the line about what you don't like. You met her that way, you liked
Right,
her that way, you chose to be
right,
with her that way.
right.
Don't cause conflict later
Right.
down the line and try to change shit. Then you start to show a whole nother character. That means something that wasn't right from you from the beginning and everything.
Right.
You can't play it that way. As for another aspect of it, I guess the virtuous as a woman, in respects to other women. How do your fellow sisters, play into the situation of how you dress amongst the public, amongst their men who are out here in public? How would you feel the narrative on the other shoe? If it's their man and another woman and everything. It's very hard to even call a shot sometimes or whatever, but we're looking at the respect of things and not just selfish motivation, because that's what I like, that's what I want to do. Although that's pretty much how enough of the world moves, because I like it, because it's what I like and what I want to do. I'm thinking, shouldn't we have just a little bit of sympathy, empathy, respect for our fellow man and fellow woman when it comes to things that way? Like, nah, this, all right, my boobs and my buttocks are out and I'm showing everything. And there are men out here, there's temptation. Do I want to be a part of that temptation and make myself that way?
Yeah.
Is all these things
It's
cool?
a devil's playground.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
That's the
time out.
devil's playground, man.
Okay,
I played in the
so
devil's playground, and it wasn't
I hate
cool.
to cut you. I hate to cut you off, brother,
Let's go.
but allow me to bring this because I brought this to your attention when we first spoke earlier, Lex.
Let's
Okay,
go.
Eastern civilization.
That's right.
Let's
We can go there.
Eastern. Can we go there?
Let's go there.
Okay,
I've
Eastern
been waiting for
civilization.
you. I've been waiting for you. Let's go.
Okay, so Eastern civilization. Well, let's talk about the continent of Africa,
Let's go.
where a woman is praised when her breasts are hanging or showing, or her body is showing. She doesn't become a cum rag until she becomes Western civilization.
Woo.
Then she's praised for the goddess that she is and the birth that she gives to her children.
That's right.
It's ceremonial. It's like it's worship. It's honor. She's
Right.
not covering up her body. She's not ashamed.
Right.
So what's the difference is it's cultural.
Right.
It's environmental. Because
Yes.
if you go to Africa, you go to even certain places in Asia, these people are naked. They are naked. Like if you look in this Christian Bible, before there was shame, before there was embarrassment, according to the book, they were naked.
This
And
is
when
true.
they realized that they were in the wrong, then they became embarrassed and shamed and used fig leaves to cover themselves. So then again, dress how you want to be addressed. So these people aren't wearing anything. So do you address them at all? How do you address them?
That's good. That's good. I like that. That's good. So let's do this right here. So we're speaking about cultural difference between Western civilization and Eastern civilization, correct?
Right.
So let's pause right there. Let me ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, this question, I'm gonna use both of y'all for an example, right? Meech, I come to your household. Right? And I live with you, right? There's a certain way I have to move under your roof, correct?
Right. That's
okay.
fact.
Now let's say I get up and I say, well, I'm gonna leave, right? Miss Louise, right. I come to your household and I live under your household. And I say, well, listen, I'm gonna live by Michi's household standards in your household. What do you do then?
If it does not match what I got going on, it's a conflict of interest.
It's a conflict of interest, correct. So we are looking at two different standards, right? Of living. Here we're looking at where, as I said earlier, everything is over sexualized, correct?
Right.
Definitely.
A country to where we have to be more careful of things like that because sexual predators, the beauty of the body and the sexual nature, things like that are perverted beyond belief. Yes, not as loved as in our cultures over there and everything. Here is a whole different set mind frame. So listen,
you just took me somewhere.
Meech has a daughter.
Right.
You've seen her wearing some of this crazy clothing that's so revealing, right? Out here. Mm-hmm. Would you go praise her for wearing those things?
I'm gonna mind my business because I ain't paying for none of it.
Right.
But would you want her praise? Any of you?
You know what?
No, hell no.
But not you know what? Think about it. Listen, like when I'm in New York and I go and I see like the West Indian Carnival and stuff like that, them girls ain't got on nothing. Yeah. They're being praised Listen, it's whenever this land was founded on perversion. You
Truth,
understand what I'm saying? I mean,
true.
granted, we were already inhabited, but when the colonizers came, they came with perverted minds. So therefore, it's been a learned behavior, the perversion.
Facts.
Okay.
It's a learned behavior, but therefore, it's just more devious than anything it's been since it started. Whatever. So I feel like in the time space that we are in, there's no way that we could welcome such style of dressing as looking whatever because there's more protection to the women we have to do to women, protection for them than anything.
It's such a catch-22.
Right.
Yeah.
It's such freedom of speech with your style of dress, and then you got Whack and Willie over here in the corner that see everything and want to whack his meat. Or you even got Whack and Sally to do the same thing.
Yeah, right.
I mean, disrespecting nobody, but at the same time, you still can't control what somebody thinks. Because
That's
there
true.
are men, look, I have friends who are of the Muslim community who
Right.
didn't see their bride faces to the day they married her. Only her eyes and her mindset is what he had the ability to fall in love with. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? So, like, kind of back to what the sister from New Orleans said, it doesn't matter whether you cover from your neck to your ankles. You still should respect somebody for how they are and or for what their words say. And I just think it's just in the mind of the person who beholds it, like who sees it. You know what I'm saying? Like beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I just think respect should be general, universal. Everybody doesn't have respect. So because everybody doesn't have respect, you should just like be prepared for the best and the worst. Everything okay?
Yeah. So with that said, so look, I cannot have this conversation and be one sided, right?
Man.
Because we definitely have to speak about men as well
Right.
and how they dress. So is there such thing as where a man has to be accountable for how he dresses in public so he won't be addressed a
Absolutely.
certain way?
Okay, I'm not gonna say absolutely, but yeah, I feel that way. I really feel like that because I am raising a teenage young man, and with me raising a teenage young man, and I have a little girl in my house. I do not like looking at your underwear. I don't show my underwear. I don't let my daughter show her underwear, and I think it's disrespectful if I have to see your drawers. Like you're forcing me to see your underwear. That's a form of perversion. It's like, and I know it sounds like both ways with the woman showing her stuff off or whatever. Women still get the worst end of it. You can't go to a job and try to get a job with your drawers hanging out. Just like the women, I can't go to a job with my tank top on and think I'm going to be passing medication out and taking care of people's parents,
Right,
grandparents
right.
in this attire. I think it's you should dress a certain way according to the occasion, the climate of where you are, and what you got going on. Burning.
Um.
Like my rice
Yeah.
burning,
So I
y'all.
mean, be speaking realistically about things like for me, I do believe that there is a certain modesty that both sides should be able to um dress
Mm,
dress up as.
mm.
Um, if they don't, I do believe that still no one has the right to be disrespectful to anyone.
Right.
Um, I don't care. I don't care if if the woman was walking down the street with nothing but dental floss on, you know, don't disrespect her. Same thing for a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We have to be, I guess there's a sense of us being accountable ourselves and not overdoing things when we approach people or talk to people and everything. And I think it's just the thing to where if you see something like that and you know you will have a problem with it, then don't address it, don't speak, don't bother with it. You know, I think that causes less conflict or whatever. And sometimes you really just have to mind your business. If that's not for
Right.
you, keep it moving.
Right, right. Like I said, if I saw Meat Daughter half dressed or whatever, I don't buy her clothes. I'm gonna just mind my business, keep my thoughts and my opinions to myself. As far as the only thing that I can control is my child, and I can teach her how to dress. You understand? According to whatever the climate is. If she get old enough and she want to go to the club and she want to wear club attire, okay, this is club attire, but honey, just understand that everybody isn't raised right, and this is what's normally going to be what you attract. You dress like trash. Normally, trash is what's going to attract you. So,
Interesting.
yeah,
This is true.
I've seen that. I've seen it happen. You know, um, I've even had that happen. Like, go down to bike week and I got a old laced up t-shirt with all my boobs hanging out. Then yeah, I get that type of attention, which I don't like. So, I go with a regular t-shirt on, regular tank top, and that's a regular day. But you go out your way to where the extra, you'll receive the extra. It's all in what you like, I guess.
So basically, if I want to walk around in public with my wallet open, attached to me, no woman should just address me, oh, he got money and stuff like that, right?
I don't know, but if you
Don't
walk
address
around here
me
with
like
your
that.
wallet open,
Address
come
me
on
like
here, come around here.
huh?
Come around here with your wallet open, see what I might do. Let me know.
I dig you.
That's a silly move. That's a silly move. But I understand
Mm,
you. I understand completely.
no doubt. No doubt.
I
So
understand
so
exactly what you're doing.
so what is our conclusion with this?
I just feel like it's a cultural. In conclusion, from my perspective, I see it as cultural. It goes back as far as home, how you're raised. Um, it's climate. It's climate. Like, where are you at? Is this work? Are you at school? Are you at home? And it's also in the voicing of the opinion of the other person. This is how they choose to express themselves. Either way it go, respect is universal, and we all need to know how to use it.
There you go. Well said. Well, y'all, it's been another interesting one. Um, a great segment. And a great first segment for our new co-host, Miss Louise. Um, hey, who's gonna be here through the remainder and everything? So y'all stay tuned. Um, you know, is there any social media you want to drop so they can find you?
Miss Louise is kind of person private. So if you're not already on my social media, it's kind of private. So you can catch me here.
That's what's up. Y'all heard it. Y'all know where to find me. IG, I am Lex Spades, Spade Life, Michion. Yo, we here. The real spills.
Real
Peace,
spill.
love, light. Love y'all.